enough of that. Enough of that. What's going on, everyone? It's your boy, DylanLasagna. Alright. I don't know about you all. I just wasted 3 hours of my life last night watching what was that travesty of the Game Awards. Yeah, I'm just gonna go straight into it. I did not like the Game Awards last night. I had very low expectations for last night's ceremony. I really did. It's like, I don't know what the hell happened. It's just like there was absolutely nothing exciting, nothing remarkable that leaves me wanting more. I'm wondering what's going on with that. But anyway, something was going on in the background, but I don't know. The Game Awards last night, I was honestly this close to falling asleep. I really was. There was nothing exciting. Is my mic on? To falling asleep. Okay. There's literally, other than the Xbox Wii U. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it. The Xbox Wii U. Because that's how I feel like about this at this point. Jack it up a little bit. Can you guys hear me fine? That's how I feel like about this at this point. All right, I can jack it up a little. All right, there we go. All right, that's how I feel about the Xbox Series X, as you call it, because that's pretty much the only interesting thing from coming out last night. The Xbox Wii U, and that was pretty much it. What other things were revealed at last night's Game Awards? Here, game announcements. There was that Fast and Furious game, which took what? How long has the Fast and Furious franchise been around? Since 2000, 2001? And now they're just getting a video game. I honestly thought that Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez were there to reveal the first trailer for Fast 9. And to be honest, I was this close to turning off the Game Awards by that point, because it's no disrespect to Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez. I mean, they're fine actors, but it's just we're here to celebrate video games, okay? It's if you want to show off a trailer, go to the Emmys, go to the Oscars and do that. The Game Awards is not a place to do that. Unless if it's a video game trailer. A movie trailer is not a place for the Game Awards. But who am I to say that it's not the place for it? But I mean, the Fast and Furious game looks pretty half decent. But they're just so, I don't know. I guess I just have a narrow I'm just narrow-sighted, if that's a word, when it comes to games. A lot of it was just updates to titles that a lot of people knew about, Gears of War, No More Heroes, Control, Warframe, and then there were new games that I really don't care about, 9 to 5. That sounds 9 to 5 sounds like your day job already. I'm sorry, it does. Surgeon Simulator, though, I'm kind of glad that got a sequel, so kudos to the studio that did that, or that made the first game. Wolf Among Us 2, cool. Another Telltale game. Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering got a game, sure, whatever. But that was pretty much that's just the bulk of it, and there was a bunch more that got announced, but I couldn't care less. I just couldn't care less. Maybe because there's nothing Nintendo related that was announced at the Game Awards. I was actually really surprised. surprised because the last 2 years, Nintendo had a big presence at the Game Awards, and I'm not trying to fanboy or not trying to bandwagon on Nintendo, but the last 3 or 2 years of the Game Awards had some presence of Nintendo. Like 2 years ago, they revealed the Champions Ballad, and then they did like a big orchestra for Super Mario Odyssey. And then I think Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild won Game of the Year 2 years ago. I correct me if I'm wrong. Let me search that up. 2017. Dang, this mic is actually pretty golden right now. Yeah, but Breath of the Wild won Game of the Year. So, and Best Game Direction, by the way. We'll get into Death Stranding, don't worry. Then that was just pretty much all it was. Nintendo 2 years ago, but Nintendo this year, they pretty much had their own category. Best Family Game. That was pretty much their own. It should have been Best Nintendo Game, for all that matter, because the Best Family Game, that was all Nintendo games. Luigi's Mansion 3, which won. Then you had Ring Fit Adventure, Super Mario Maker, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Yoshi's Crafted World. When I was watching that presentation, by the way, which was pretty much Jeff Keighley like speeding through like almost half of them. When that award came up, I was thinking to myself, I wonder which one's gonna win. Because it's all Nintendo. It's all Nintendo. But I mean, there's some awards that did deserve like the honors. Like Fire Emblem Three Houses took home 2 awards. The best strategy game, that rightfully got the award. The Player's Voice Award, that was like a fan voting award. Fire Emblem Three Houses definitely got that. I'm not a huge Fire Emblem fan, but for all of you that voted for Fire Emblem, good for you. But the big one that I was so happy that that won in its category was Crash Team Racing. It was the best voted best sports racing game of the Game Awards. I mean, despite all of its despite the whole microtransactions thing, which at this point it's just like non-existent at this point, and they're just adding so much content to the game that, yeah, it basically makes the microtransactions that they added after the second before the second Grand Prix pretty much non-existent. So, and yeah, so pretty much like it deserved to win, like with all the content they're adding, and pretty much the competition that was there was pretty much no competition. So thank goodness Crash Team Racing won. Otherwise I kind of would have like been done with the Game Awards if it didn't. Then you had just like some other random awards like best community support. I was kind of surprised Destiny 2 won this, considering that I've hardly heard anyone talk about Destiny. But then again, I went into this Game Awards like having such a narrow mindset when it comes to games. Considering that Apex Legends and Fortnite were also in this category. Fresh indie game. I don't know if this was this the one that Reggie no. I don't know which is the one that Reggie presented. It was either fresh indie game or it was the best independent game, but either way, Disco Elysium won in both categories. So I think it looked like a game that was worth checking out, and I might do so. Then this is where things kind of got interesting with with Death Stranding and all that stuff. Let's see, Death Stranding, it was nominated for 10 categories, yet it only won 3 awards. Those three being best score, best game direction, which I don't know, I guess so. I mean, I don't know if you could have gave it to Resident Evil 2 because it's a remake, but I don't know about that one. Then where did it win? Like, where was the other award here? I don't see where it won the other award. Oh, it was best performance. Mads Mikkelsen in Death Stranding. So no matter how hard Jeff Keighley tried to make the voting board or whatever, vote, like, make them, persuade them to vote for Death Stranding, it obviously failed. Him and Kojima, they failed to convince the voting committee to vote for Death Stranding. So I mean, it took some awards home, so that's fine. But it ain't Game of the Year material. So there's that. Speaking of Game of the Year, Sekiro won that, and I mean, I guess anything but Death Stranding, I guess. But I just kind of feel like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate like should have deserved this. At least like give a little bit of rub to Nintendo. But I don't know. I just don't know about this. And overall, the Game Awards, like, I just don't. If there was like more announcements, like a more appealing announcements, I would have had more to talk about the Game Awards, to be honest. I really would have. But it's just like, there was, like, after last night, there was nothing, absolutely nothing left to talk about going out of the Game Awards. Aside from the fact we know nothing about Fighter Pass 5. We know nothing. Well, we probably won't know nothing about the PlayStation 5 after, like, at least until E3. We won't know anything about the first Fighter Pass this season, or the first fighter in Fighter Pass Season 2. And the Xbox Wii U is existent. It exists. We know its time frame, holiday of next year, but it looks like a gaming tower. It kind of looks like my new PC, but what's smaller in height and like skinnier, and unlike me. But yeah, there's like, I don't know. The Game Awards bored me. That, like, completely bored me. There's like nothing that I could talk about at this point, aside from the fact that Sekiro beat Death Stranding. Pretty much every category, almost every category that Death Stranding was in, it got his butt whooped. But other than that, it's like, I got nothing left to say. I really don't have anything else left to say about the Game Awards. I mean, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate did win best fighting game, so there's that. But there was just a lot of advertisements. I'm kind of glad they did the like the spotlight on the global gaming citizens, so that was a little nice touch there. But I don't know, for 3 hours of like pretty much ads and spotlights on people that do deserve, like, on the people that do deserve this, highlights and all that, and the kind of the pretty much uninteresting like gaming announcements. I don't know. I just, this was just a really disappointing like Game Awards, even for someone that had no expectations for last night. But will Keeley learn from this next year, or for next year? Probably not. And I don't know if I can find it. Some like, when was A Way Out? When was A Way Out released? Okay. I gotta find it. Who is it developed by? Joseph Ferris. Alright, I'm gonna find this guy for you. Joseph the Game 2017. Oh yeah, the best moment from the Game Awards still has to go to Jeff Ferris, a drunk Joseph Ferris, the developer, or no, the director of A Way Out. Clearly the best moment from the Game Awards so far. So in case you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna show it to you. Hold on, let me pull it up a bit. Here we go.
Look at me, man. How do I look? It's like, I'm telling you this, okay. There are like passionate people, there are crazy people, and there's me. I'm so passionate to be here. I'm so excited to be and meeting this industry people. It's crazy, man. Like, look, this is kind of insane. Like, we're here, we're celebrating this.
Yesterday.
Look, the Oscars should fuck themselves up. This is the shit. I'm telling you, this is the real shit. What is this? This is interactive gaming. Look, I'm just saying this. Let me I'm sorry, I'm taking. Let me just give me a minute. I want to take your time. Look. Okay, can you swear here? Can you swear? Okay. Fuck the Oscars, you know? Fuck the Oscars. Fuck you. I'll tell you. This is.
Yeah. Fuck the Oscars. Oh man. Still, yeah. I think he sobered himself enough to like explain A Way Out.
Okay, can you swear here? Fuck you!
But still the best moment from the Game Awards, like overall. But there was none of that last night. There was absolutely none of that. Absolutely none. But I'm gonna leave the Game Awards on that note because I just have no further thoughts on that. But I do have some thoughts on what happened a couple days before that. We're gonna shift from gaming onto wrestling, because on Monday Night Raw, which has been a lot of bullshittery lately, and I'll be honest, I haven't watched WWE or AEW in like quite a while. I don't know what's the deal. Am I having wrestling fatigue? Is there too much wrestling? Is there too much? Am I having too much disinterest in wrestling right now? Or maybe because I don't know. Maybe I'll discuss it in like a video. But right now, I guess I'm just feeling like there's nothing interesting going on. All that's going on right now is like this butt effing between Rusev and Bobby Lashley for whoever gets to have Lana in bed. Then in AEW, the only interesting thing that's going on is Chris Jericho and Dean. Oh, I'm sorry, not Dean Ambrose. John Moxley reigniting their feud, which so far has been much better than what they had in WWE. But that's pretty much it. All that's been in both sides of wrestling is spot fests and undefined characters and pretty bad storytelling. I mean, there is MJF. I forgot about MJF. He's one of the only good things about AEW, and Luchasaurus too. I liked him too. But before I continue to drift away from Monday Night Raw, Seth Rollins finally did it. He finally came back to the dark side. Freaking finally. To be fair, I was getting really tired of Seth Rollins as a heel. Oh, no, not a heel, as a face. Now, the man can wrestle. I'll give him that. And he was good as a face for a good year. I gave him the benefit of the doubt if he can have a babyface run for like a year up until, let's say, 2018. Then we get to like when I went to TLC, it was like, geez, Seth Rollins is like, we'll see. Like I'm trying to like give him a little more venom. Like I kind of started like noticing that he doesn't really have much of that same character anymore, as he did when he was a heel. When he was like the architect, as the architect, he pulled some strings together to like win matches. Like there's always someone either interfering or he like found some other way to win. But as a face, it's just like there's nothing to Seth Rollins. It's like Seth Rollins doesn't even know who Seth Rollins is. Then we cut to Monday night. After all this lead up to Seth Rollins continuing to deny that he had no involvement with the AOPP, Kevin Owens hunts down Seth Rollins with the lead pipe that Rey Mysterio used in his feud with Brock Lesnar, which failed miserably. Kevin Owens finds the van with AOP in it, smacks it, but AOP is not in there. But he thinks that they're in there, but because there's a mysterious figure in the van, and he tries to attack or try to grab them, but AOP is actually away from the van. Then he gets attacked by AOP, and then Seth Rollins awkwardly does this like slow chair reveal, like a mob boss or something. I don't know. Then Seth Rollins is revealed as the madman behind AOP. But it was kind of weird because Seth Rollins earlier in the night like gave a promo continuing to deny involvement with the AOP, and I thought that was what, you didn't need to do that. He turd stomped Kevin Owens onto the concrete floor, and which sent Owens to the hospital. Then Seth Rollins came out for a promo, and by God, he needed to do this promo. He ran down the fans. He ran them down for turning their backs on him when he did everything for them, and he told Kevin Owens that it had to come down to this. And despite him denying every time that he was not involved with the AOPP, but in reality, well, now it was pretty obvious that you were involved with them. So now he's with the AOP. He's a full-on heel, and let's just hope it stays that way. Because until he has a more defined character, and as long as it doesn't end in a as long as AOP and Seth Rollins don't end up as a Shield 3.0, because it's like, I don't know, I feel like Seth Rollins needs to define himself. Like, what makes the architect? What makes Seth Rollins? That's the big question going forward. And can Seth Rollins elevate AOP enough so they can be a dominant force? We'll just have to wait and see. But other than that, it was not a bad heel turn, but it could have been done a little better. Maybe didn't have Seth Rollins like talk to Kevin Owens beforehand, but other than that, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. I just wonder how Becky Lynch feels about it. Maybe she'll be convinced to go to the dark side. But we'll see. We'll see. But I don't know. Speaking of TLC, I don't know. It doesn't look very inspiring this year. I don't care if they only have 3 weeks to build it up. It looked very uninspiring. Very uninspired build, to be exact. There's only one tables match. Rusev and Bobby Lashley. When last year Natalya and Ruby Riott had a decent tables match, which, by the way, that tables match, which turned out to be good, I took a piss break during. And what's funny enough about one of the TLC matches that are gonna take place between the women's tag team champions, Asuka and Kairi Sane. I just can't say their tag team name. It's too cringe. And Becky Lynch and Charlotte. 3 of the women that are in that match were in the same TLC match last year when they went to TLC. So if that's the main event again this year, well, good lord. WWE's pretty much run out of ideas. It's like, wow, you call this a women's revolution? Jeez. Then I think you also have Roman Reigns versus Baron Corbin, which was originally supposed to be a dog collar match in the advertising, but thankfully they changed it to a TLC match, because having them beat each other up, like, I don't know how the dog collar concept would have worked, but maybe they would have been tied up to each other's necks or by the dog collar. I just felt like that would have been very awkward, and it would have hurt. I think it would have hurt them like a lot if they were gonna do that match. But I don't know. I just found that concept to be really dumb, and I just have no hope for this feud. I just don't. But do they even have a ladder match or a chairs match on the card? Let's see. TLC 2019. You do have a ladder match on the card. So you have the New Day and the Revival going against each other for the 1,000th time, but those two teams, like, they can put on a showcase, but it's just like, we all know how it's gonna end. The New Day is gonna win, and they're gonna go off TV. Both of them are gonna head off TV for like who knows how long. Let's see what else you have here. You don't have a chairs match unlike last year. That might change. The other surprising development was, like, the Fiend is not gonna wrestle, but Bray Wyatt is. But you never know. Let me see. Oh, and it's not a title match either. So I guess they're gonna hold off with another Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt match until the Royal Rumble, which is smart. But it's just kind of weird. It's gonna be a little weird seeing, like, the Firefly Funhouse host Bray Wyatt wrestle The Miz, and I wonder how that's gonna work with the Universal Championship not on the line. We'll see, but I'm not really too excited for this pay-per-view, nor should most people, or most people, I don't know, will. What difference does it make? But yeah, that's my general thoughts about both the I'm losing my train of thought here. Both the CLC pay-per-view and the Seth Rollins heel turn. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Now, I want to talk lastly about how I've been feeling, because last time you saw me 2 weeks ago, I ended the episode saying I'd be on a week hiatus, or I wouldn't be having another DylanLasagna live until today. And I don't know, I just kind of want to reflect on my college experience so far. To be honest, I really don't know about my college experience. Like, this one in particular, it's been a mixed bag. On one hand, I took 2 classes that I really enjoyed. And I think that really helped me with doing video production, and with the stuff that I currently do here on YouTube. But then I took a bunch of other classes that I'm taking for my career that I didn't enjoy so much. I guess it's because I'm just I'm too narrow-minded with learning things. I guess I'm just more of a practical person than I don't know how it is, a knowledgeable person. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know. I was kind of feeling out of it these past few days, trying to turn in all my papers and all my final projects and all that. And I don't know, I felt kind of drained. I felt really completely drained. And I almost went into today not wanting to do today's podcast. But I missed you guys so much that I just wanted to do it. But at the same time, college just really drained me. And it's some people are saying you can't just go to class all the time. You have to go experience the world. Yes, that's true. I actually have experienced parts of the Bay Area of this semester, which was actually pretty fun. But at the same time, it's just it's very hard to commute. It's very hard to meet new people at college. It's very hard to maintain those new people at college at this point in your life. It's very hard, especially someone like me who's is very introverted and who has a undisclosed medical condition that I don't want to speak out on. So it's just very hard. College is very hard, kids. It's just very hard. But it'll be worth it in the end, hopefully, when I get a job. But we'll see. All right. I honestly didn't have too much to say today. It's my first show back in quite a while. 2 weeks is a while, guys. So thank you all for joining me today. I honestly thought I was gonna have more to say about the game, actually a lot of things, the Game Awards, the Rollins heel turn and all that. But I guess not. Maybe I'm still too drained from finishing the semester, from finishing the fall semester. Yeah, maybe I'm just too drained right now to like talk about anything about any of those things. But the Game Awards was ass. We can all agree about that. The Game Awards was ass. So it was just a letdown. Keeley, do better. Stop sucking up to Kojima. Stop being butt buddy with him. You can be friends, but don't be butt buddy. Do better next year. But that's pretty much gonna do it for today. For Dylan Lasagna Live. Now that I have a month off, I hope I get to stream some games with all of you. Hopefully we can finally implement the face cam into the gaming streams, and hopefully I can like get like I can recharge for next time. I'm planning to do the monthly CTR check-in, the monthly Crash Team Racing check-in for the Winterfest Grand Prix. I heard they nerfed the coin rate for like ring rally. Now it's based per lap on the laps you do instead of like the time. I don't know how it works. I have to see for myself. And they finally added chicken stew, like chick and stew, you know, the reporters for CTR TV. So I'm finally happy to see them. But yeah, I'm hoping to do not just CTR but a bunch of other Switch games, and I'm finally got the CD drive working on my PC. I finally got the cable for that from my cuz. So I got San Andreas installed in here. And hopefully we can play a little bit of that during my break as well. There's a lot I want to do, like during this break, streaming wise, and I hope I get to do it. Besides CTR, of course. All right, that's gonna do it for today's Dylan Lasagna Live. Thank you all for joining me. I know it's a very short episode, but forgive me. I'm trying to recover from 4 months worth of complete and emotional drainage of college work, and excuse me. And hopefully tomorrow, or maybe like during the break, we can do a CTR stream and see what's going on with Winterfest. The Winterfest stream, or the Winterfest Grand Prix. Man, I need a nap. Alright. Thank you all for watching. Like, dislike the stream. Leave a comment if you're watching the replay. I appreciate for all of you that watch the replays or watch the live, watching it live. Your support means a lot to me. Oh, Kappa. Now, I forgot about Kappa. I might do another video on this, but I want you all to watch a particular YouTuber, because there's only one YouTuber, like not one, there's only select few YouTubers that actually talk to the FTC about Kappa. One YouTuber I saw recently actually went to DC, to the White House, to talk to the FTC. Let me see. Let me go to him. Let's see. Let me see. Yeah. Oh lol, he got blocked by the guy responsible for repealing net neutrality. Maybe I'll explain more detail on it. Let me see. Where is the damn picture? Oh, there. Ah, there he is. Let me pull up my screen. Not that one. Twitter. There we go. The dude's name is Creekcraft. Oh, damn it. The dude's name is Creekcraft. He's a Roblox YouTuber. So he did about a couple of videos about Kappa, but the most recent one, he explains his meeting with the FTC and what he talked about with director Noah Phillips. And pretty much the lowdown is it's like the FTC hopefully does not want to like bankrupt creators, but they're only looking for like the clear-cut violators, hopefully. And I just go watch the video. Just go watch search up Creekcraft Kappa. Watch the videos he made recently about the situation. It gives me a lot more hope than I originally had about this whole situation that's about to come into effect in about 3 weeks when the year starts. But yeah, go check him out. He explains a lot more things a lot better than I do. And yeah, I could consider him the savior of Kappa from Kappa. I don't know, but I still think like YouTube needs to be like transparent with this whole situation, because people are still freaking out over this. But hopefully there's some light at the end of the tunnel, hopefully. But anyway, yeah, now that's gonna be the end of the this live stream. So again, dislike the stream, leave a comment, and most importantly, subscribe. My name is DylanLasagna, and always be delicious. I'll see you all next time, and I'm out.